So, how you all doing? Good morning. Hopefully, there's a few people tuning in today. I just wanted to come on to talk a little bit about emotional eating. Something I actually wrote about last week in my article, and just decided, it's a lot of people were really struggling with their eating habits, their nutrition, trying to get on top of everything. So I just decided to do a little live. So if anybody did want to ask any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. And again, if I didn't have the answer, I will go and find it for you. So what I want to talk about is about are our emotions determining our eating habits? Maybe with a lot of us, the minute what we're finding that you're constantly reaching for the cupboard, you think, oh, you know what, I'll have a wee cup of tea and I'll have a wee biscuit with that, or God, you know what, I think I'll go to the cupboard again and reach and eat something, and everything will start to happen just like that. So you're just constantly reaching for the cupboard. If this is something you're doing, especially then too when it comes to the evening, that if the kids are at home, for example, maybe you're doing all their schoolwork, you're trying to get your emails, you're getting everything done in between, and at the end of the day, you're just gone, you're just shut. You've had your dinner and you're just reaching for the cupboard, you're sitting down, you're watching TV, you're constantly eating, and then afterwards you're going, shouldn't have had that, shouldn't have did that, nah, I know, shouldn't have did that. So you start to realize after the event. So most of the time during now, we are letting our emotions determine our eating habits, and the problem is it's nearly becoming automatic. So our emotions are actually determining everything, and it's just purely automatic. Reach, because we're maybe bored, it's a bit anxious, stressed, bit more depression is coming down, we're just feeling that wee bit down, and we think, you know what, we'll curb that with a bit of food. So that's what the body's trying to do. It's trying to tell us to say, right, how do I suppress this? How do I suppress these negative emotions? And we think that we'll reach for a sugary snack, we'll feel great for a little while, and then all of a sudden, boom, we come crashing back down. And the same cycle goes and goes and goes. So we continually just do that. We keep eating, and boom, we're consuming calories we don't really need to. So with all that in mind, what are some of the solutions? So one of the first things we can do is just be aware. Be aware of why are you reaching for that cupboard? Why are you going for that extra handful of whatever it is? If it's chocolate, if it's crisps, if it's grabbing more fruit, if it's something that you shouldn't need to be eating. So that's the first thing, is being aware, going to yourself going, why am I going for that? Is it because I'm bored? Is it because I just had a stressful phone call there, or the kids were just, they're going crazy, I couldn't get them to do their homework, I need a cup of tea, I need a biscuit. And that keeps happening and happening. So that's the first thing, is being aware. The next thing then is we can take measures to control those emotions. So rather than controlling them through eating, we can control them by doing something else. So for example, you might, rather than reaching for the cupboard, you might think about going for a walk, getting outside, pick up a book, do a jigsaw puzzle, play with the kids, do something another way that's going to suppress that negative motion, rather than just doing it because you're going to put more calories in your mouth and get that sugar rush and then come crashing down. So maybe can you replace it by not eating, but by doing something that's going to release those endorphins, going to release all those positive emotions, and go, you know what, I didn't actually need to eat. So that's another thing we can do. Another step which I do, is intermittent fasting. Now, if you are going to try this, I would advise that you research this a little bit more. There's so many benefits from intermittent fasting. For me personally, I've been doing it now for a few years, and what I find is that I was emotionally eating, especially in the evening, is I would come in from coaching or whatever doing, and maybe stuck on my phone. I reach for the cupboard and I just constantly eat and eat and eat and eat. So I decided to go to intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is where I'm doing a 16-8. So I fast for 16 hours and then I eat in an 8-hour window. So I fast for 16 hours and eat in an 8-hour window. So what I would do is I would stop eating, say, around 8 o'clock at night. And then I won't have my next meal until 12 p.m. the next day. So finished eating around 8 o'clock, and then I won't eat to around 12 or 1 the next day, so around lunchtime. And the benefits of that are huge. Okay, there's so much research out there. For me, I have enough energy to do a workout, to get on with my normal day, and I don't be starving coming 12 o'clock. My body's ready to consume food. So we'll not get into all the benefits of fasting. That's another thing. It's just that it helps me suppress my emotional eating because it cuts that out. Well, yeah, I could grab for the cupboard, but I started my fast, so I'm not eating. So that's one thing. Another thing is don't bring it into the house. It's as simple as that. If you're going to the shop, if you're going to go and grab your essential foods, stay away from the ends. I used to work in super value, and I used to be on the ends of things, and the ends are just all the promotional stuff. So if you notice at the shop, they'll have, this is £1, so these packet crisps are £1, or this chocolate's £1, or these biscuits are £1. Because I know myself, if it comes into the house, if a bag of if biscuits come into the house, they're not lasting too long. They're gone. Okay, so I don't bring that much in. If I do bring it in, I know that I'm going to eat it. Okay, I'm not going to trick myself and say, well, I'll have a wee bit here and I'll leave it for there. It just doesn't happen. So I don't bring it into the house. Another one now, especially in the day, is set your own eating times. So set your own times to eat. So if you're finding that you're setting a kid's schedule, set your own schedule. So when is your first meal? When is your next meal after that? Are you giving yourself snacks in between? Is it before exercise, after exercise? So stick to set eating times like you normally would. Maybe if you were working in your job, you would have a certain break, you would have your lunch. And this is what our body needs, that routine, and it keeps everything just going nice. So we don't get that sugar rush and then come crashing down. Another thing is slow down whenever you eat. So we do have a little bit more time. So we can sit, we can enjoy our lunch a little bit more. We can just try and relax. So we can sit down, chill, eat with our family, have a conversation. And rather than rushing, which I would only do, is going because I think I have to go and coach here or I need to do this bit of work. I'm throwing my food into me and then I'm finishing my dinner and going, I think I'm still a bit hungry, so I'll reach for something else. And what I'm doing, I'm not giving the stomach enough time to process everything, to send a signal to my brain, to release all the chemicals, to release everything, to say, you're full. So what happens is I eat too much, too quick, and then I end up maybe getting pains in my tummy or going, wow, I'm bloated now. So now that we do have the time, can we enjoy our meals a little bit more with our family? So can we sit down and connect, take our time, put the knife and fork down and eat a little bit more? Another thing that might happen is you may be dehydrated. So are you keeping up with your water intake? You may have been used to taking your bottle of water to work with you. You may have a great routine in work where it was sitting there and you're naturally just drinking, or it was always an excuse to get up and away from your work. You'd go over, you'd go to your water cooler, you'd go to the kitchen, you'd fill up your water bottle, you'd come back and you'd drink. But are you keeping up with that now at the minute? Because if you're not, your body may be craving, yes, but it may be dehydrated. So rather than you think, oh God, I'm craving it, you know what, I'll have a wee snack. So I'll eat. But it may actually just be dehydrated. So are you dehydrated? Maybe have a glass of water first, see how you feel after a while. And that's another way maybe than just putting those calories into your mouth that you don't really need. And finally, the last thing you could try is remember or be aware of is don't deprive yourself. So we are now living in a time where we're in lockdown, and it's easy, yes, to go and have a drink at night, to enjoy some snacks at night, to sit down, binge out in front of the TV and everything like that, which is fine. But if you're doing that on a Tuesday night, that's still a Tuesday night. If you're not used to snacking on a Tuesday night, don't snack on a Tuesday night. If you're used to doing that at the weekend, which I do, Sunday's normally my big, I'm still keeping to that. So I'm not going to deprive myself. So I will enjoy a bigger dinner on a Sunday. I will enjoy my dessert. I will enjoy any other stuff I go and buy. I'm going to do that. I'm going to enjoy that because I know I'm going to be on top of my nutrition the rest of the week. So guys, that's just a few things where you may be more aware now that you maybe are emotionally eating, either through any of these negative emotions that we have, or boredom is a big one. It's massive. So those are a few steps, and for anybody who's kind of joining, I'll just quickly go over them. So first one's just being aware of those negative emotions, being able to control them. So control your negative emotions either through reading, doing a jigsaw, going for a walk. Another thing we can actually is pre-train that, doing a bit of meditation, making sure that you are on top of everything else. So pre-training those negative emotions. The other one is intermittent fasting. So check that out if that works for you. After that, it would be slow down with your food. So slow down whenever you're eating. Another one is you might be dehydrated. So if you're dehydrated, maybe drink some more water, make sure you're on top of your water intake. And then the last one is don't deprive yourself. So don't deprive yourself of snacking, maybe at the weekend. Keep it to around that time, and that will do you. So guys, I hope that helps in any way. If you want, you can share this video with whoever you think may benefit from it. It'll be on here now live for anybody to watch back. So thank you very much. And if these are informative, a few other ones, a big one actually I want to try and do is how exercise affects academic performance. So especially if you're at home with kids, why movement is really, really important for their academic performance, but also how movement will help you when you're working at home. So if you're at home, get moving and you'll be a lot more productive. So I'll do that the next time. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Thanks, Arc Healthy Living, for that. And I think we had a few other comments there. So Caroline, hi from Northern Ireland. Hi, thank you. We live in the same country, so it's all good. So hi from Northern Ireland to Northern Ireland. But brilliant, guys. So share this with whoever you want, and hopefully it was helpful. So thank you. Bye.